Malastari here, and welcome to Fatal 12. There are a number of terms used to describe a sequence of events that lead to a specific outcome. Some call it life, others call it a story. One is responsible for much during the sequence, such as choices picked, relationships built, and mistakes made. All of that is for the sake of proceeding along a predetermined path. That is the natural order of a world ruled by the concept of fate. Fate never strays from its course, regardless of how cruel it may be. My life and the events in it, thus far, are simply the product of fate leading me to a certain outcome. That's why I've never once given thought to any missed possibilities found along this path. My life was never anything worth talking about in the first place. I never had the luxury of considering the what-ifs. After all, I convinced myself, life has no do-overs. Once the story ends, that's it. My name is Shishimai Rinka. I'm a Ameka Girls University High School student, a rather famous all-girls school in a big city. Unlike my middle school, which was a hodgepodge of top students and those who barely showed up for class, this is the realm of refined, wealthy ladies. A realm I clearly don't belong in. In fact, they wasted no time in labeling me as a delinquent of sorts. One reason, really the main reason, is the golden streaks in my hair. However, it's my natural hair color, so the school itself has no issues with it. Not like I got hassled for it either. It's just a bit too out there for these sheltered students. The main reason I chose Ameka is because it didn't seem to have many regulations in regards to appearance. It turns out that they didn't just list anything due to its unspoken rules based on being a traditional school. I was pretty pissed off when I got treated like a delinquent, despite having not broken any rules at the time. Fewer than 3 months later, I've stopped caring. Much like how I have my own values, the girls here have theirs. I can't understand their viewpoint, so it's only natural they can't understand mine. To tell the truth, I was pretty content with making no effort to look at life from another's point of view. That is, until a certain event caused a massive change in my life. It all started on a certain day before Golden Week. The day the Fire Nation attacked. I relay my observation to Naomi as we pass through the ticket gate.
本当だ。リンカ先輩、よく気づきましたね。駅の時計が止まってるなんて珍しいのに。だよね。あ、ごめん。ナオミの話遮っちゃったよね。何の話だっけ？あれですよ、あれ。私も忘れちゃいました。
This is Hitsuji Naomi, a first year at Ameka. You might assume that I know her from club activities, or something like the student council, but it was coincidence that brought us together. She may be my junior, but I simply see her as a friend because age difference doesn't matter much to me. We're heading back to my place right now, making our way to the station platform to wait for the train. Nice job, Naomi.
ちょっと。
She yells as she trips over nothing but air. Fortunately, I snag her hand and keep her from falling on her face. Well, she tugs me forward in the process, because she's a bit taller than me, but she manages to regain her balance quick.
謝ることじゃないよ。ありがとうございます。それもなんか大げさ。
I'm not sure if it's due to her meek nature or not, but Naomi tends to trip herself up pretty often. I tend to do that too. I fell down the stairs last month. She's the kind of girl you look at and suddenly feel an inexplicable urge to protect.
それで、どうしたの？
Oops, forgot to let go of her hand after catching her.
あ、ごめん。痛かった？全然痛くはないですけど。
She casts her eyes downward as she answers. Okay, I didn't know this was Yuri. Maybe I squeezed a bit too tight without realizing it. I let go with an apologetic expression.
電車が来そうですし、行きましょう。
Yeah, hikimashou. She fixes her glasses, which had become slant after tripping, and then points toward the platform with haste. Situations like this typically lead to a replay of the events from just a minute ago. Nice job!
もう、落ち着かないから。
She bumps right into a passerby the moment she starts to walk towards the platform. Even worse, it causes them both to topple over.
すみません。
Is this another character that we're gonna care about?
ごめんなさい。私の後輩が。
I make my way over as they get back to their feet. She bumped into what seems to be a young girl. She's about the same height as me, but her face is definitely younger. Yep, it's another anime girl. Sometimes, Naomi gets mistaken for a middle schooler thanks to her big, round eyes. But that's not the case with this girl. Oh shoot, she has a bomb!
大丈夫かな？
I notice how pallid her eyes are when I try to speak to her. Her hair is pure white, but mostly obscured by her hat. She definitely looks young, but her facial features stand out more than your average person's. Safe to assume that she's a foreigner then. That means her hair isn't dyed either. She has a bomb. She looks like a terrorist. Unlike Naomi, this girl fell backward. Since Naomi bumped into the girl's back, you'd think she would have fallen face first. But she quickly spun around while falling. Not only that, but she also made sure to cradle the bag that was on her back. Based on its size, I guess she's here on vacation. Chances are she's either carrying something fragile in there, like a camera or a bomb. She's by herself too, so I'm assuming she came here with her family and has somehow gotten lost. What I thought was a key on her bag at first is actually just a keychain. She hops back to her feet, bag in hand, her glare drilling into me.
ナオミ、ほら、ちゃんと謝らないと。
She seems a bit panicked to get up on her own, so I lend her my hand once again.
本当にごめんなさい。あれ、外国の人？私の言葉通じて？こういう時は、sorry？
Sumimasen!
ナオミ、とりあえず落ち着きなって。
She offers nothing beyond an empty stare as Naomi apologizes and bows her head. She seems like she wants to say something, but for whatever reason, opts not to. Eventually, she runs off toward the platform without making it clear whether or not she understood our apology. She spins around to face us one more time, but I get the feeling that she locked eyes with me, not Naomi. It's funny, thanks to her unique appearance, she still stands out in the crowd. Then again, my hair causes me to stand out as well, so that's probably how she spotted me so quickly. In the end, I was never able to tell if she found her parents or she had actually come here all alone.
ごめんなさい。私に謝っても仕方ないって ま、あの子にもちゃんと謝ったし、怪我もしてないみたいだから大丈夫じゃないかな。とはいえ気をつけなね。ナオミはいつも焦りすぎなんだから。はい、石橋を叩いて壊すくらいに慎重に歩きます。それ意識しすぎて絶対転ぶパターンだから。あの子見えなくなった。さっきの男の子どうかしたんですか？まさか本当は怪我してたとか。男の子？いや女の子じゃなかった？あれ？でも綺麗な顔立ちだったから女の子って言われても納得です。私また失礼なことを。
The sound of an approaching train rises as our conversation falls. Much like Naomi, we make our way over to the platform.
私たちも行こうか。今度。はい。
Oops. We make our way onto the train bound for Shinjuku, having largely forgotten about the person Naomi bumped into. We boarded the next train at Otsuka Station. My place isn't far from there. We first have to get off at Shinjuku Station before taking the metro for 2 more stations. The only issue is that we're making this journey at 5 p.m., pretty much rush hour, so the trains are packed. Naomi and I get practically glued together on our journey to Shinjuku.
ごめんなさい。私が遅くなっちゃったからラッシュに巻き込まれちゃって。いや、ナオミが謝ることじゃないし、私だって慣れっこだから気にしなくていいよ。すみません。ってあれ、そこにあるのって。
I spy a familiar bag from amongst the crowd. Well, the bag itself is standard. It's actually the keychain that catches my eye. Yep, that's the kid from earlier, the one with the bomb. Standing right in the middle of the passenger car, bag hugged tight against her chest. They're not tall enough to reach the overhead straps, but I doubt they'll fall over thanks to how crammed it is.
同じ車両だったんだ。え、どうしたんですか？あれ？あの子、リュック開いちゃってるな。
The zipper probably unfastened a bit due to people rubbing against it on the train. I'm just worried because the kid doesn't seem to notice. The other passengers probably don't care enough to notice either. Some are reading a newspaper, others are killing time by checking out all the ads, but most are on their phones. I doubt I would have noticed if Naomi hadn't bumped into them. And that's why I was the only one to see what they were doing. With a deadly serious expression, almost as if they were being squashed from incredible pressure.
機械?
It's a bomb! I knew it! Something black speaking out of the bag. It looks mechanical, but different from a camera or a laptop. For whatever reason, my mind leaps to a conclusion that I'd only read in fiction.
Look.
Before I can finish, it happens. A flash emits out of the bag.
Baku? Naomi!
The detonation is almost instantaneous. A wave of heat propels throughout the train car, enough to feel like my skin is being seared off. A sharp, explosive roar comes right after, puncturing my eardrums. I duck in front of Naomi to protect her and then push her away. I feel my body being pushed by the explosive shockwave too. And in that moment, my body is burned beyond repair within the flames. However, my consciousness remains intact. I hear a voice. I don't feel anything anymore. Vivid memories pulse through me. The shockwave, the pain, the heat searing through my body. And yet, I no longer feel any of it. My consciousness begins to fade. Or maybe I've already lost it. This is but a remnant of it before it fades away completely. The final, fleeting moments of a consciousness drowned in a sea of fire.
Senpai! Senpai!
My sight gradually fades too. No doubt, my consciousness will be spirited away like a leaf in a gust of wind. If nothing else, being able to hear that voice puts me at ease. There's no arguing that fate had decided to end my life then and there.